at some point. So I'm not gonna tell you, okay, fine, let's cut it to two. For me, I don't even think I want to have more than two or even one. For me. But in my family, I am sure that what makes you a man is how many wives you marry and how many kids are born to you. If you are able to feed 40, you are a man. So if I was not raised properly, how am I sure to raise anyone properly? It's not having to bring into the world one person or one wrong person that ends up becoming problem for everybody else. Fine, it's good if you want to control population, but can you control the quality of the population you're putting out there? Hello, they say they should base resort. That is what Nigeria responds to. Fear. And it is the truth. But if there is nothing threatening about it that they can say on their own, if they are comfortable doing everything that they are doing and are getting the same result they've been getting for kingdom come, excuse you, why do you think they should do that?
Hello, people. It's quite understandable that Nigeria is a populated country, which I'm of the view that every family should be licensed to have kids. Well, today's topic is about people need license to have kids, and it might interest you that we have a great medical personnel in our midst. Welcome, sir.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, how you doing? Oh, nice. Okay, so with me here, I have Dr. Nix, right?
Yeah, Dr. Nix.
Yeah,
Correct.
Dr. Nix. So, and also I have my lovely Lovette in the building. Hello, Lovette.
Yeah, love it. I'm still here. Yeah.
All right, people. All right, people. Well, I would like to, take this moment to appreciate you for your comments, your likes, and supporting us, all this while. All right, we want to, delve into today's discussion. People need licenses to have kids. Well, Dr. Nix, I'm of the opinion that, a populated country like Nigeria, should, families should be given licenses to have kids.
Why do you think so?
Well, first and foremost, to, control the population.
Population control, that is all?
Yes, and also, economic stability.
Okay.
Management of resources.
Okay.
So I don't know of your own opinion, sir.
Well, I feel that if people are to be licensed to have kids, those are not the reasons. If I want to say, give license to this particular person to have kids, I want to talk about the upbringing situation of the country, how it affects people, how it affects the youth, the mindsets that we grow with. Now, of course, populations and all of that, whether you like it or not, we will survive. That is one truth I know.
Yeah,
we will survive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, how do we survive this? How do you keep raising children who do not have control over their own self-esteem? Who are you to choose who is to give birth and who is not to give birth? Exactly. Who are you to choose who is to not put his own facial... Like for me, I have a family of 7. That's where I came out from. So I'm going to say, okay, Daddy, it's time for you to stop. Or, Daddy, why do you need 7? I have a situation of a family that probably has 5 girls in front. Then they're looking for a son.
Dr. Nix, I must antagonize your opinion, because if you look at a country like China,
okay,
China used, even up to now, the most populous, one of the most populous countries we have.
Okay, to me, what I feel is asking right now is give government license and not individual license. Like government giving the individual that license that once you have this particular kid, in fact 2, is over. Like, don't give birth again. That's what I feel.
I understand that fact. That okay, you want them to like give a control factor.
Yes.
This is not a license per se to have kids. They're still having kids now. 1 is a child, 2 is a child. So, but I am of the opinion that some persons should not be given any single right at all to have kids.
Should not be given
any single license to have kids. Reasons being that, have you seen the country of recent? If you're working in my field, for example, as a psychologist, you get to meet people who have backgrounds that are terribly broken, whose environment have been able to shape a monster. So the problems we are counting on, or we are talking about, is basically sitting on the fact that they had an environment that they could not control, raised by people who should not be raising kids in the first place. No, so I understand that because you're talking about economic control.
Yeah.
So you want us to have how about having 2 very wrong kids? Or 2 very, stuff like this. That's where I'm coming from. How do you think that can be controlled?
They can be controlled.
Why should you have kids?
Now, look at, for instance now, if you have, for instance, you maybe in a family where maybe the father is an armed robber or an abuser.
Abusive, yeah, probably. That, yes.
And possibly you have 2 kids who come out from that family.
Okay.
Such 2 kids can be controlled. How? But the moment they are more than 2 or more, or if the child is, if they have 1 child, such child can be controlled, can be put into sort of restrictions.
How?
Yeah, probably maybe get that child, arrested.
I feel there is no how they can actually give license to having kids as far as Nigeria is concerned, because our population, we can't even control our population. Holding a population census
as a result of the high birth rate now.
Yeah, we can when I mean technology, our technology is not even enough to even check
China
to even check
behind,
that's
they introduced
that's
the 1 child
that's
policy
China. This
19,
is Nigeria.
Okay.
Do you understand? Our technology is not even enough to even check even check how many we are, first of all. So how are they going to know the particular set of persons that are giving birth? And have you forgotten that even in the Bible they tried something like this, that nobody should give birth to a male child, that anybody that give birth, they killed the child, and yet they were able to hide Moses. That means it's possible they still hide children, and if peradventure we are to stop that means we want to increase abortion now.
Well, that's actually a good one. Having to note that people will still evade these principles in a country like us that's really, really, really underdeveloped. Okay, it's going to happen. We can't stop that. But I think we should not run too far from the licensing thing. Okay, so if we're going to keep check of 2 kids, I am a kind of person who I believe in quality, not quantity. Okay, so if I was not raised properly, how am I sure to raise anyone properly? It's not having to bring into the world 1 person or 1 wrong person that ends up becoming a problem for everybody else, but having to bring into the world the right person or the rest. So my point of view is, fine, it's good if you want to control population, but can you control the quality of the population you're putting out there? Yeah. The problems you're looking to solve are not going to be solved because there's 2 persons. There's always going to be the majority and the minority. There's always going to be some percentage of persons who are going to hold reign of a lot of persons. Yeah. And those persons are going to be, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
They used to say to us, your friends actually determine how you grow. This is me. If I had gone to a school with the likes of Otetolas kids and all of that people, I'm sure that, I'm sure that I would not be within the criterion or set of person I am right now. Why? Because the people who I will have to talk with, chat with, will have a certain kind of lifestyle because of the way they were brought up. I understand. Put 2. Cool. You're licensed to have just 2. But the quality of the 2, is that not what's going to affect the factors of the upcoming set of people, or how am I going to put this now? It's going to affect the future. Because what you are now is a factor of who you were given to at some point.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna tell you, okay, fine, let's cut it to two. For me, I don't even think I want to have more than two or even one. For me. But in my family, I am sure that what makes you a man is how many wives you marry and how many kids are born to you. If you are able to feed 40, you are a man. It's natural. It's Africa, for crying out loud. Those are how they measure the strength of a clan. People, numbers. That is how we are. In case there is war to come sometimes, we are able to amass the heaviest amount of people coming in. But as we are evolving, we're supposed to understand that in order to breed quality, we're supposed to checkmate the level of quantity.
But you
we're
could,
putting in.
sorry for cutting, but you could agree with me that, one of the policies that was implemented by China, really
Seems
did
you
help.
like China very well.
Yeah.
Really did help. Though actually they later increased that one child policy to two at a
But
point.
if I may say, is that what's making China China?
Well, not
Because they
really,
have
not really, but it's part of one of the things that
The
made the
birth
country
control.
birth control.
Are you also saying that the population of Nigeria is part of the problem?
Yeah, it is. With the look of things now, because now, we all know Nigeria is rich
Okay.
in crude oil and some other areas. Are you
And-
getting it now? Now, good. Now, our leaders will always tell us and would always portray to us that Nigeria doesn't have money, but yet we hear of billions being
Okay.
used for unnecessary things. Are you getting it now?
Mhm.
Now, with the fact that if our population is controlled to a certain level, I feel this distribution of resources can be managed
Sorry, I want to ask
because our population is high. So if they even want to distribute these resources, it will not even get to
Wait,
you
let
and
me
I.
ask you a question now. In this country now, let's be realistic now.
Okay.
This is Nigeria. In this country, how do you intend punishing those that are not able to meet up the criteria in that license and they still give birth? How do you intend? What will you do?
There
Will
should
you
be
be able
measures.
to?
There
Will
should
you be
be-
able
there should
to
be
take?
mechanism to-
That's what I'm asking. Will you be able to take the child? Outside the country, they can see your child. You are not taking care of this child. My aunt once said something that a child that is not taken care of properly outside there, they'll take government will just take your
I
child.
think-
Will
and
your
put
government
I think-
and keep them take care of them? Will your government in Nigeria will they take your child?
I
And you
think
will agree?
I actually think the reason why they actually are reducing this, for me, it's just a mind thing. There's no read to this. It's because they are trying to control quality. Okay? Because if the government takes your child and raise it for you, instead of taking your child and killing them, it's still the same population, whatever increase that's going on. Okay, so but the child is in a better hand, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but the
It
child
is,
is
it
in a
is.
better hand and gives you, should I call it, more strength to raise up the two in the best way that it should go, so that when they are old enough, you get all
Apart from
that.
it.
So that is what I think. That's what I
But
feel.
to me, okay, to you now, what measures do you have? Like, okay, which punishment, let me put it this way, are they going to give to the individuals who who is not using that license?
The
If
license.
peradventure they are to
Well,
bring the
I
license.
feel the way it can be controlled is when, for instance, maybe for instance you get married, for instance now.
Okay.
We could make court marriage compulsory. You go to the hospital, you register with your husband. I get it, and it's a must. When you want to give birth, you go to that same hospital to deliver your child. So when you go to, let's say for instance, if it's 2-child policy, you go there the first time, you're being delivered. The second,
You see me as I they laugh. This country, this country,
you see,
where people they carry belle every
I
day.
feel one thing I so much quite don't like about Nigerians,
Is what?
the fact that they feel everything is impossible.
Oh.
Okay.
So you're
You
trying
know,
to be unrealistic or what?
No, like these are things that can be possible.
How? That's the question.
That's
I've
the
been.
question,
Yes,
yeah.
excuse you. Hold on. Sorry, Nuvex. See, I just said something about the underdevelopment of the country as it is. Being real, I'm not saying it's not possible for it to happen.
Was China not underdeveloped?
Hold on. It can. But right now, when I know that Brother Ebuka cannot hold Konji, and Sister Toyo will tell you that I cannot commit any. These are things that you cannot track. Happening everywhere in the world
during COVID.
Yes, so
they mandated it that you must put on nose mask.
Okay.
Even a common market seller, the market woman
is the one you can steal.
No.
I can put it to you that not everyone, even the people you told to lock up their stores, some of them did not. And I'm not joking. This is COVID. Some person still will tell you that I still need to go to work. I still need to feed my. How do you expect them to?
But I feel our mentality is
you
really.
Say our mentality. That's what I'm telling you. It's realistically we're talking about.
Okay, in Dr. Nick's voice, no vex. I like the way you usually say no vex. Yes. So the thing is, no vex. How about they put a policy instead that can use in managing something like if you don't go through a particular training after marriage. Mm-hmm. Then giving birth. okay, am I coming back? Okay, there is a particular training that is compulsory before marriage, and this training is going to be about childbirth. Why am I saying this? There was one time I and my dad, we were talking, so I asked a question. My dad has 6 girls, 1 boy. So I asked a question like, Daddy, like if you are to advise a girl like me that after marriage about children, what will you say? He said my advice for the person is to go through training about birth control, family planning and all of that. So I feel instead of license, there should be policies, social policies, like is compulsory policies that can help manage this particular.
Dr. Nick still thinks it's impossible.
Well, for me, I think that the damage is already done for me.
And what damage?
When we say policies, it's good. The Gen Z, whatever that is coming up right now, or that has been for quite a while till probably now, could implement some of those. All right. But all I'm saying is the repercussive that comes from before, the mindset, may not be able to lock people in. If I have 10 kids and I can take care of my 10 kids very well, as in I am well to do enough to do that, why would you want me to have 2? What is the same reason? Some persons will ask, I don't live in the economy of Nigeria, for crying out loud, for first. And secondly, I don't debunk myself to the fact that, okay, let's do this for community reasons. My children did not disturb you. I am doing everything I want to do to keep myself in the right path and to keep my traditional background as a man. Of course,
you cannot be bigger than the government if that policy is coming from the government.
If I'm able to handle my 10 perfectly, why should I succumb to your 2?
It's a governmental policy.
What's the reason?
The thing is,
it is their own policy to control.
But the thing is, you talked about economy, you talk about population. Now, all those things will not be okay. Fine, we have a very large expanse of land, and we have 2 million people, and the land could fit 7 million people. But because you don't want to break economic value, you say let's just leave it at 2.5. Are we amassing the right essence of that land, or we are just trying to look like China?
No, you're justifying your own self, saying that if you can take care of 10 children, what about another family that have given birth to the same number who they can take care of those children?
Yes.
What then happens to those children?
But I am mainly concerned now about me. If I have 10.
When we talk about the economy, yes, we are talking about one country.
Okay, I want to give an instance. Sorry. I know you are getting hot. Hey, I like your face now. You are ready for this. So I was coming today when I was coming here, and a small child was just running after me. Sister, I'm hungry. That happened to me when I was in school. Hostel to hostel. You see small children.
And at a point
you'll be asking like, where's your... The thing is, for this country, so some mentality need to be trained first. Because those people now, if we tell them don't give it, some of them they don't have much.
Yeah,
if you
actually, that's true. Some persons don't have more than 2 self.
If you get 2 children and your mindset still there for begging, you go beg. What I feel is licensing someone to give birth, it should come in a way that after fixing a particular policy or training for them, and most especially most of these beggars, they need training, especially children. No, like these children, they are,
So that
if
the
you
government will
enter
put
bus, small pikin go
budget.
beg you. You enter this thing, they go beg you. You dey waka for road, small pikin go beg you. The thing is it population that is causing
You know why
it?
they are?
I don't even think it's population.
See,
I do not think
apart
it
from,
is.
yeah, we all know that we have a corrupt system.
Okay.
Good. We all know we have a corrupt
We have
system.
gone there,
But
yeah.
I feel if what do we call our leaders, put some certain restrictions in place, these things can be controlled. Because distribution of resources or management of resources can be done through birth control. Because when you have when you have a population, a limited number of populated citizens, that okay, these resources can be distributed accordingly, equally, I guess evenly to everybody. Everybody will be happy at the end of the day. But in a situation whereby the population is high, birth control is going up and up and up and up. I don't think I've had cases where Nigeria's, whenever they conduct the population census, has come down. It's always going up.
How is it going to come down now? What's happening?
It's always going
Why
up.
would
It's
it come
because it's
down?
not controlled.
Okay, so to your own opinion, what's this license?
May they give them license. If now make it the
Okay, now for this country, if they tell you say okay, go collect license, you go.
say make a bond.
Ordinary voters card.
See.
You don't go
How am I not
collect
voters
card.
card?
I've collected it.
Ordinary vaccine.
Yeah, is it not the COVID?
Vaccine, you never
No,
collect.
I did.
You collected?
Yeah, I
I
did.
don't collect.
I was traveling. I was traveling
What is it
because
true?
I was traveling at that time and I needed it, so I went for
And
it.
it's because you're traveling.
No, even if I wasn't traveling, I
See,
would have.
if I-
See, it's because you see yourselves now. See medical doctor here.
Yeah.
You know, go collect vaccine.
Okay.
So imagine a medical doctor did not go for the vaccine.
So this is what I think you are not looking at. Yes, the topic is licensing people to have kids, but that's not the root problem. You say if you want to address the issues we have as a country, and we say one of it is so that people can give birth to just a few instead of more, it's not really the major issue.
Yeah.
What are we supposed? What are we okay with this now? What are we attacking?
I'm not saying it's a
When
major
we bring,
issue.
when we bring economic issues now, and we say that okay, if we have 2, we are able. That's because we are trying to put the government as the, should I say, the parent. But the government really is not the parent of everyone. They just control the general. Have you ever paid tax that you know of? No, sorry. Some, when you work in places, they deduct it.
Yeah, they do the same
but
thing.
the truth is, to carry my money and say, okay, where did they pay the tax? Show me. Let me put tax. This is tax money. Even tithes, as holistic as it can be. These are already known governmental policies that are everywhere. You must pay tax because we need to all be this, that. Yes, beautiful. If they not hold your hand, tie like Tico, collect the money, you feel not drop them. Talk more of come and call, you will not go. Sorry, but it's the truth. But aside that, that's not the issue. The corruption we are dealing with would also enter into this. I will pay you. I bet, bros.
Yes, I don't.
Not talk. Now I live for I get, but all this 1 million.
I tell you.
The 4 will still be there. Because I will be happy when 10 persons are bearing my name as a father. I'm sorry, there is pride in it. And they're all doing well. So, if they should be licensed, there should be an actual why.
Yeah.
A reason that makes sense. Oh, if it's okay for Ebola, this is not Nigeria. When they say everybody wake up in the morning, go and, I don't know if you were there
Yes,
then.
bait
Go
with
and
salt
and all of that. Oh Jesus! You need to come and see my hostess shaking.
We were all running.
My mommy just called. Hello, they say they should bait with salt. So that is what Nigeria responds to. Fear. And it is the truth. But if there is nothing threatening about it, that they can say on their own. If they are comfortable doing everything that they are doing and are getting the same result they've been getting for kingdom come, excuse you, why do you think they should do that? Now, if I'm going to make you do anything, I'm supposed to make you see reason.
Yeah.
That is why I've been asking why. If you tell me the economy, who is helping? Sorry, who is helping? Is he helping you? You are earning whatever you're earning, and you're doing whatever you're doing in your own sphere. Right now, even most of us that still do movie will tell you we are independent. What directors or independent production houses? We're not just only one thing, but sorry, not Vexo. Because the community is failing everybody. So we are now into our own self. So that's why I told you, if me I can do my 10, I will do my 10. Don't disturb me. Nigeria is do your own, I do my own. As long as my own does not disturb your own, leave me alone.
But you know, I feel this policy can basically work because you know Nigerians, they always want someone to be used as an scapegoat before they will learn in the hard way. Okay. Now let me use the naira as an example. You know, the abuse of the naira as an example. If you notice now, if you go to your parties now, people hardly spray, and when they do it in a more decent way in order not to abuse the naira.
Okay.
Now, if you look at even when China introduced that policy, countries like Iran, Singapore, also, you know, they are also using they adopted that policy as well. Do you understand me now?
Sorry to kick you in the scrotal sack a bit. Simple question: where was China before they actually implemented that?
I was 19.
Where economically were they in nuisance? Like us? Yes. I just want to know.
Okay.
China was still underdeveloped.
But no. This is in comparison. Sorry, in comparison to our great, mighty, giant Africa, were they as us right now?
No.
What I want you to understand is the gap factor, where they were before they were able to achieve that. I can also bet you that as I speak with you, there are still some persons that did not do the 2 in China. And I'm not joking about this. I'm just saying right now. I'm not joking about it. No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to be a little bit more open to how humans act. It's normal to how humans act. The tendency to break some things are just there. I just hope those see me and I tell you this guy is saying the truth. But that is the fact. So all I want you to just say is, see, I believe you. And honestly speaking, I know it's possible one day. Not now. Not in 50 years. That's half a millennium. Half of a century, sorry. It's not going to work. Because we are still even tackling heaviest issues. You want to add this on top of it. Do you know what it takes to keep track of people? Talk more of keeping track of how many children your child will give birth to. Yeah. Do you know the billions that will come from it? Yeah. Minus subsidy we just finished. So it's beautiful. Yeah. No, I drive a hard bargain, I understand. But the truth, the thing is...
Wait, I want to ask you a question. How many are you in your family?
We're 3.
3. Okay, let's assume they didn't give birth to the last one. Your own is better. I wish you had said 10 and you are the 7th. How wish they've not. So the thing is, you're cutting down. Some children are made for a purpose. I was on TikTok and I heard, and I saw a particular woman. She's
there with this religious.
No, it's not religious. Purpose is not religious. It's not.
I like it.
And at 36, she gave birth. Not 36. She gave birth to her first child at 36. From there, she started giving birth. And the giving birth, there was not too much gap. Before you know, her children, I don't know the age she stopped giving birth, but her children were more. And they were celebrating. There is a joy in giving birth to some persons. If peradventure they cut short some children or they've aborted them, like, how would it feel like? The problem we are having right now is a mindset problem. It's not the children. If those, okay, go to my village now and tell them that come and collect license before you give birth. My village, I'm proud then they carry belle anyhow.
Wait,
like you go
to your village sef. You know, is it Victoria? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They just did the road now. And see, even when those COVID, they were still going to a farm. There's no like every year if I go to the village, Nkechi don born two, e dey born every time.
And that born dey cause us.
How dem wan take contract
something?
Nigeria is big.
If you no reach una turn, una go talk say you see, you no reach my turn.
They never share reach my turn since they born me.
You no reach my, and because we are too much,
we plenty. Don't say that.
Oh, we plenty.
One thing that Nigeria has actually shared.
Yes, that
since I know myself.
Yeah.
One thing they say Nigeria shared this for all the cities. Which one was it? Tell me one.
Well, I can't remember any.
You cannot remember. There's none.
I can't remember any.
So it's not for us.
Now look at this now. Okay, let me take us back to our uni days now.
Okay. Yeah,
when they will tell you that go and fill so form, you get bursary and all that. You didn't get bursary when you were in school.
Bursary.
I know see
from your state.
Bursary what?
I don't see.
Bursary wait till happen.
You know see.
I know see money. Now you
we plenty. You get students where you see collect our money up to today.
It's not because we are many. You know one thing about bursary? It's not the rich ground. I'm a contractor also by right. Now understand this. Before money go come off for up, literally come and attend to the people beneath. Do you believe it is transcendent of the same figure?
Because the mindset is they plenty. Now. They don't say this money no go reach everybody.
But if the population, there's one thing we don't do. Don't think for people. You just said that the mindset up there. You're thinking it could be, but it's not. It's not fact. It is natural. As they come like this, they reduce. Because you don't expect me to share something and I don't keep for my. What do you mean by that? It not be past my. It's not. It not go past my. So the truth is, whether you like it or yes, even party rice, as it dey reach so not go reach everybody. It's not because they are not. They did not plan for 500 people, but it's because the persons who actually. I actually go to places where people will tell you, as they cook finish, they have where they keep their own. And when they say keep their own, it's not one pack. We are talking about half bag of rice with they not cook. Now, all of these things happen in the, should I say, production sector. When I mean where the thing they cook, they come out from the executive sector before it gets to us. Now, when they say, okay, give it to the SUG one thing, may they share. Oh, I don't understand. Is it not the same Nigeria we are in? So all I'm just saying, essence here is the actual factor we need to address is not really this childbirth as a result of.
Yeah.
It is the factors, corruption factors, majority factors, and every other. Before we can say let's implement the childbirth, we further get some footing. So when you are now there, okay, we don't do all this thing, no, in all the reach.
Yes.
Now we are at the level of we can now start cutting down on birth ratio and probably monitor the mortality ratio. We can focus on the few we have now. But you have not even developed to the point where you can safely say, let us put this policy.
But they can start it. They can start it now.
And when you start it now, before it will gain footing, understand, before it will gain footing will be years from now. Before anybody will take it very serious, will be years from now. And this is no joke. Bros, we too. I planned on dying at 200 and something. Could not die. And I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Because it takes time for change to actually stay or stick. You may not get that just yet, but even in your little family, before you correct that small child over and over again, sometimes until you don't take your eye see the reason they don't do it. I came from a home where, okay, I shouldn't say this out, but my father can discipline for Africa. And I'm not joking about that. He can discipline for Africa. But did that fix me? It only made us run away. So the things we're supposed to discuss with him, naturally, we now take it to friends who will tell us something else.
Yeah.
The things we're supposed to just, that is what will happen. Because by the time I say, if you don't do this, we're going to kill you, we're going to do this, we're going to do... Fine. I'll go to my village where I know your water and your light. Even your light does not, your road does not reach. And I'm going to give it to 4. The thing is, you just keep running round.
Well, to me, Sha, I'm of the opinion that we should try as much as we can to develop the economy. First. Because those persons that are actually running from the village, running from the village to town, most of them are part of the people that are causing a lot because they are looking for how to settle. There is no longer farming. Now that's why you see Gary now. Gary is going up every time because they are running down to the city, and it's making it more difficult to survive because there is no much provisions for them here. So the thing is, if Nigeria can develop more, then those things in the village, they can make farming easy for them, and especially as security also matters. That's why they are running. I saw someone in the market, that was Ring Road recently, and she was like, Ify, I remembered her in the village. I just greet her and I hugged her. I didn't make her feel, I was like, so you're selling? He said, I ran from the village and I'm just squatting, I'm selling pure. I was like, mama, God bless you, and all of that. In my mind I was like, for you remain for village where they say Gary, now things better.
Yeah.
So you can see all of them, they are running down from the village down here, and it's making it look like it's populated. The village is becoming more scanty and empty. Nobody wants to even go to the village to do farming, and that is part of the reason why you feel like the city is now overpopulated. And secondly, the mindset.
It's not only the
mindset. You see, the three of us here now, because of the little education we have about childbirth, we can decide. You personally, you've decided since when you see people how they are suffering, that I know they bump. In fact, some persons have made up their mind that is just. There are times I see children beg and be like, God, even though only one, I rest, I beg, because of what you've seen. So because you are educated, but most of those persons that are suffering there, that are in the village, they see child giving birth to being loved. Some women, they feel like, if I'm someone that reads the Bible a lot. I read the story of Jacob when he married another wife that is not supposed to be his wife. That one was giving birth, giving them names so that the husband will love her. This one we give birth to this one, we say the love of God has come. This one we give birth. You know that, so most children they were being given birth to in order to win their attention. You'll see people say, when you born it is sweet. That is a mindset problem. It is sweet, but they don't think about the end consequences. So that mindset problem and the economy, they need to be balanced. Yeah.
But I think that actually still sits on being educated on why you're doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna give birth, why? So for me, I like to ask questions like why? What do make you want to do them?
Obviously.
What is the reason? And all of those things, if you make an educated guess or educated decision, it's going to help. So while you're doing all that, you know why you're doing them, and it's all happy. It's not fun. Or even what you have access to, nobody has access to it too. Naturally, we still do those kingship thing, title thing in the village, whether you like it or yes. Some villages has turned to towns and cities. It is still true, but whether you like it or yes, the fact that children still make men feel like men, it still exists. And
I think that exists in every part of the world, though.
You cannot go there and use Kotuwul and spirit and wipe it from their brain. It is culture.
Yeah.
It's going to remain.
Yeah, well, I still stand on my position. Yes.
Let's say you want stand. Keep standing.
Yeah, I keep stand. Like I want to remain on my ground.
That they should be licensed.
Yes. Yes. So I would even humbly, send this message to the Nigerian government. Yes, I feel one of the reasons why we are at the back is because of the high population rate. So please, I believe when birth rate is reduced, things will be normal. Yes, I feel it's one of our problems.
You feel so
with the control of birth, population can be controlled. There will be economic stability, of which I so much believe in. I don't know what they are saying, but anyways, I believe you enjoy this episode. So in the comment section,
we will not edit, so we'll be the one that will conclude this.
In the comment section,
No, let him do his benediction.
comment section.
Start on that service here.
In the comment section, tell us what you think. Tell us your views, your opinions, your belief, your values. Why you think, people should not be licensed, to give birth. But I feel they should be at least there should be a sort of one policy childbirth or two policy childbirth. I think it will help the Nigerian, system. All right, so we'll meet in our next episode. I remain Benson, and thanks to Dr. Nick for in fact I really enjoyed this episode, and my lovely love it as well. For making this episode spicy and all loving like her name. Ciao, see you.